So in a previous lesson, we have already covered proper posture for singing, choral singing, and that allows us to have proper breath support as well. So in this exercise, I'm going to be teaching you breathing exercises to help you engage your ab muscles and wake up your lungs a little bit before you start to sing. So I'm going to be showing you this through the dual cam view, so you can see me here, my whole body, foot to top, all the way from here on this camera, and then you can see me on the side on the wide view camera. So that way you can see me from both sides, okay? So as you remember from our proper breathing posture, we are rolling our shoulders a couple of times, get them set in place, not locked, just set in place. Chest raised nice and high, as you can see mine's up and out of the way. Head loose, wiggle it around a little bit, just to have everything nice and loose. Feet are shoulder width apart, toes are facing forward. Knees are slightly flexed, not completely bent, not locked, just a little bit of flex in them. Okay, so our first breathing exercise, I want you to put your one hand on the front of your stomach, other hand on the side of your stomach, on your side right here, so you can feel this air moving in and out. Okay, so first exercise is just a simple breath in, breath out. Now as you saw, my ribs rose a little bit. Okay, it's because my ribs are not completely out of the way. I'm not opening up all the way down here. You need to open up to a deeper breath that goes all the way down to the stomach and all the way down to your bottom. Okay, so letting all that air out, taking a deep breath in, filling that belly full of air, and breath out, breath in, breath out. And as you may have noticed, I just moved my head. I noticed my head was a little too far up, so I moved it down so that chin is slightly down a little bit. Okay, another breath in and breath out. And just to get those abs woken up a little bit more, we're going to do some panting. So tongue out, all the way out of your mouth, and breathing, panting like a dog. You can start slow, just so you can really feel those muscles moving in and out. And then you can speed up. Speed up a little bit more. Again, feeling that air moving in and out, not from the chest. As you can see, the chest is not moving. Chest should not move at all. The stomach should be what's moving in and out. Okay, so now I'm going to help you to engage your ab muscles. And so these are the same muscles. If you ever go to the restroom, you got to go to the bathroom, and you got to do, as our rule says, if you go to the bathroom, rule number 2, okay? When you're going number 2, these are the same muscles that you need to engage in the abdominal area for proper breath support. Now, breath support, that's a whole other term. That is a term meaning supporting of the breath. I know I'm using the words that are used in the term to describe it, but it is engaging of these muscles, giving it a firm foundation, as I have used that term before, to give the breath, to give breath to the voice, and to be able to support that voice. Because the breath, if you have more breath coming out, the more sound will be coming through your voice. Okay? So as you can see, I will demonstrate. I'm going to be very light and very breathy. I'm not going to be engaging these abs at all. Okay? That's a very light, not very supported sound. Here's a supported sound. Unsupported. Supported. Can you hear the difference there? One sounds more sturdy, one has much more strength to it, much more stability to it, okay? So what I'm doing there is, as you look at these 2 lines on my stomach right here on this shirt, these are the muscles I want you to engage. So to get those muscles engaged, I just want you to go, and just like you're getting ready for somebody to punch you in the stomach, I want you to engage these muscles, not tense them up. I want you to engage them as if somebody's getting ready to come in and punch you in the stomach. So go, hic, and engage, hic. And if you want to do this, you can actually, not hard, pat your stomach and make sure that those muscles are engaged to give the breath support. This will give it so that the muscles down here are controlling the breath, not your lungs and not in your chest. Okay? So taking a deep breath in, hic, and release. And then another breath in. Hold it. Hic. And release. Breath in. Hic. making sure those abs are engaged, and release. Now, as I said, these are the same muscles that you would use to go to the restroom, okay? So engage those abs, give that engaged, muscle-activated feeling down here in the abs, okay? So now, I'm going to help you out even more with that by giving some airflow coming through. So we're just going to do on a simple tss, that's a T-S, tss, tss, tss. And I want you to pulse that for 4 beats. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tss, 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 tss. And every time, engaging these ab muscles, you should feel a little bit of a pull in from your stomach. As you look on the side view, you should see a little bit of a tss, 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 engaging of the muscles, okay? So engage these muscles every time you pulse. We're going to do that again. Breath out. Take a deep breath in. And pulsing on TS. Tss, 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 and release. Nice. Now we're going to do, that was 8 beats. Now we're going to go 16 beats. Ready? Breath in. 16 beats. Tss, 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 tss. Okay, very nice. If you're able to get through that on one breath, excellent breath management. Excellent breath management. If you had to take a breath in there, that's okay. Don't worry about it for right now. That will build up. You'll build up your stamina and your endurance the longer you do this and the longer you use these exercises, okay? Now we're going to switch over to a different exercise. Now for this next exercise, it's similar to the short exercise that we just did, but instead of being short pulses, we're going to be doing long hisses. So it'll be engaging these ab muscles, okay? So again, shoulders are nice and relaxed. They're set back in place. Arms are down at your side. Feet shoulder width apart. Head down slightly. Hands, one hand on the front, one hand on the side of your stomach. And I want you to take a deep breath in and just hiss. And release. Now, if you release like that, that is a good indication that you have engaged these ab muscles here. And if you feel a release down here, once you have opened up your teeth, if you feel a release here when you open up, that means you're engaging your abs. So, one hand on the front of the stomach, one hand on the side. Take a deep breath in from the abs and just hiss. And good, nicely done. Now, we're going to do a breathing exercise here of counting hisses. We're going to start off with 8 pulses. I'm going to click off 8 beats, and you're just going to hold that for 8 beats. So it'll sound like this. Here's the intro. 1, 2, 3, hiss. So you'll hold for 8 beats, release on the 9th beat. Okay? So we're going to do that again. Hand on the stomach, one on the front, one on the side. Chest nice and high. Breath down from the abs, breathing in. And hiss. Nicely done, nicely done. Now we're going to extend that. We're going to go for 12 beats. 12 beats, same thing. Hand on the stomach, one on the front, one on the side. Nice and tall, knees flexed. Taking a deep breath in. And hiss. "12 hisses, 12 beats on a hiss, release on 13. All right, we're going to do that again. Breath in, 12 beats, and hiss. Release. Nicely done. Now we're going to go for 16 beats. 16 beats. One in front, one on the side, hands, breath in. 16 beats, go. And release. Nice. Nicely done, nicely done. Now, if you can go more than that, you can go for 8, 12. We'll typically go in rehearsal. We'll go 8, 12, 16, and can go even to 20. Now, if you can go farther than 20 at that tempo that I just set, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is pretty close to around 60 beats per second, or 60 beats per minute, excuse me. If you can go for 20, excellent job. Excellent job. So those are 2 breathing exercises there on the TS that we will use. Now this is another exercise that we're going to be using that utilizes some more rhythms. So I will do, it'll be a call and response. What I'll do is I will perform the rhythm with the breathing exercise rhythm, and then you will echo. So it'll sound like this. One hand on the front stomach, we're in a position. One hand on the front of the stomach, one hand on the side, just so we can make sure that we're feeling these abs moving in and out properly. Chin down, position properly. Okay, so this is what it'll sound like. I'll do a rhythm, me first, tss, 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 and then you'll echo that same rhythm. So it'll sound like this. My demo, tss, 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 tss. You echo, tss, 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 just like that. So repeat after me. Pulsing from the abs, chin down, proper position. Here it is. Here's the first one. My turn first. Tss, 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 tss. My turn. Tss, 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 tss. My turn. Tss, 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 tss. My turn. Tss, tss, tss. My turn. My turn. My turn. Let's do that one again. That one is doing a ha, 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 3 pulses, each one getting softer. So like this. All right, one more time on that one. My turn. And we can do various patterns of that and include even more rhythms into that. And when we do our live rehearsals, I'll include more of those, so just follow along with that. Follow along when I do those. Now, if you're having trouble getting these ab muscles to engage, one exercise that you can try is to breathe like a baby. If any of you have ever babysat for a younger child or have a younger sibling that still sleeps in the cradle, or if you've ever watched a child sleep, if they're sleeping on their back, you'll notice that their ribs are not raising up. They're breathing from the stomach. They're breathing from the abs. And if you try it yourself, you can lay flat on your back, just lay flat on your back, feet straight up in the air. You can feel that your chest is not going to move, okay? It'll be your stomach that's moving, and I'll demonstrate that now. So for this exercise, you're going to need to lay down on the floor, flat on your back, with your feet straight up, straight out below you, and toes straight up in the air. Hands are at your side, flat on the floor, head as well, looking straight up at the ceiling, head, chin down just a little bit. So take a second to get in the position if you need to. Get comfy. Maybe let your back muscles stretch just a little bit if you've been standing or sitting for a while. So just get in this position and relax. That's all we're doing is relaxing. Okay? Now, take a few deep breaths in, keeping a focus on your ab muscles. How do those ab muscles feel when you take a breath in? So we'll take a deep breath in, breath out. Deep breath in, breath out. Let's do one more time. Breath in, breath out. Nice. Now, if you felt your chest muscles raising at all, try to focus the breathing more from the abs more than the chest. The chest should not be rising or falling at all. It should only be coming from the abs. So if you notice my stomach, when I breathe in, only my abs are extending out. My abs are filling up with, the abdominal area is moving out of the way so that the lungs can fill fully with air. Breath out. It also helps that gravity has helped playing a little bit in collapsing this air. This is also a good exercise if you're having trouble engaging and managing the breath, because you have a little bit of gravity pushing down on your stomach, or pulling down on your stomach, excuse me, doesn't push down, it pulls down on your stomach. So as you're breathing and as you're singing, engage these ab muscles, trying your best to keep the ab muscles out while at the same time you're balancing, keeping that breath flow constant coming from the lungs through the vocal folds and out through the mouth. Okay? So the goal is to keep that belly nice and as fat with air as possible so that you can sing notes like this. Ave Maria, gratia plena. Now if you notice my stomach, it may have been wiggling just a little bit. That's because I had what we call vibrato, was that wave in the pitch of not the pitch, the wave in the intensity of the voice. That's what a vibrato is. It has a little bit of a shake to it. So you may have seen my stomach moving up and down just a little bit. That's because I was giving it some vibrato. But my abs, I try to keep my abs out as far as I can and full as much air as possible, managing that breath, keeping it supported and managed to keep that tone consistent. Another trick you can try to enable you to breathe even deeper, so that you're forcing your chest to stay up and out of the way, abs to be open, is to do a wall sit. Now this is the more strenuous exercise, so not only is it good for your legs and breathing, but it's also good for your legs. Okay? So what you'll do is you'll get up, as you'll see in the side camera here, you'll get up against a wall, just like this, slide down, letting your feet come out until they are equal, just like this, just like you're sitting in a chair, an invisible chair, head back up against the wall, hands flat against the back of the wall as well. Taking a deep breath, and breath out, breath in, and breath out. Taking a deep breath, making sure it feels all the way down to your bottom. Ave Maria, gratia plena. Just like this.